You step outside, perhaps on a walk through your neighborhood or a hike in the countryside, and the ground beneath your feet feels ordinary, unremarkable. But what if I told you that the very soil you're standing on could be concealing secrets from civilizations that thrived thousands of years ago? Across the globe, there are places, hills, fields, even bustling city streets that hide astonishing remnants of ancient worlds waiting to be uncovered. These aren't just ruins tucked away in remote jungles or deserts. They're sites hidden in plain sight, often overlooked or mistaken for nothing more than part of the natural landscape. In this video, we're going to reveal 30 of these unbelievable ancient sites, each one a testament to how history lingers just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. From forgotten temples cloaked by time to entire cities swallowed by the earth, these discoveries challenge what we think we know about the past and remind us that the world is far more mysterious than it appears. So, are you ready to uncover the stories these places have been waiting to tell? Let's begin our journey with the first of these remarkable hidden wonders. Nestled deep within the rugged desert landscapes of southern Jordan, the ancient city of Petra rises like a mirage from the rose-red sandstone cliffs. Known affectionately as the Rose City for its stunning pink-hued rock, Petra is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. This extraordinary site was once the beating heart of the Nabatean civilization, a powerful trading empire that flourished over 2,000 years ago. Picture this, a bustling metropolis carved entirely into the rock face, with intricate facades, temples, and tombs that seem to defy the harsh desert environment. Yet, despite its grandeur and historical significance, Petra remained a secret from the Western world for centuries, hidden away until its rediscovery in the early 19th century. The most iconic symbol of Petra is Al-Kosneh, or the Treasury, a towering structure adorned with intricate carvings and crowned by a massive urn at its peak. Legend has it that the urn once held hidden treasure, though it's more likely that this architectural masterpiece served as a royal tomb or a ceremonial site. What makes the treasury, and indeed all of Petra, so remarkable is the sheer scale of its construction. The Nabateans didn't just build on the land, they sculpted their city directly into the cliffs, using advanced engineering techniques to channel water through a complex system of dams, cisterns, and aqueducts. This allowed Petra to thrive in one of the most arid regions on Earth. But how did such a magnificent city vanish from the world's memory? For hundreds of years, Petra was abandoned and forgotten, its pathways reclaimed by the desert sands. Its isolation, tucked away in a remote canyon, played a key role in keeping it hidden. Even the local Bedouin tribes who knew of its existence guarded its location closely, treating it as a sacred place. It wasn't until 1812 that Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, disguised as an Arab scholar, convinced his guides to lead him to the fabled city. What he discovered left the world in awe, a hidden treasure of human history frozen in time. Petra's rediscovery opened a window into the past, revealing the sophistication of the Nabatean people. Their ability to harness scarce resources, their mastery of stone carving, and their role as traders connecting the East and West all paint a picture of a civilization far ahead of its time. Today, visitors can walk through the narrow Siq, a winding canyon that serves as the gateway to Petra, and emerge into the sunlight to witness the breathtaking sight of the treasury. It's a moment that captures the imagination and reminds us of the enduring power of human creativity. But the story of Petra isn't just about its rediscovery. It's about how a city carved into stone became a symbol of resilience, beauty, and the mysteries that still lie hidden in plain sight. Beneath the rocky landscapes of Cappadocia in modern-day Turkey, hidden from the world above, lies one of history's most astonishing feats of engineering, the underground city of Derinkuyu. This sprawling labyrinth descends nearly 200 feet into the earth, a maze of tunnels, rooms, and passageways carved directly into the volcanic rock. It's not just a single chamber or a small hideout, this is an entire city, complete with living spaces, kitchens, storage rooms, stables, and even places of worship. At its peak, Derinkuyu could shelter an astonishing 20,000 people, all living and thriving beneath the surface. But why would an entire community choose to live underground? The answer lies in the turbulent history of the region. For centuries, Cappadocia was a crossroads of empires, a place where armies marched and invaders sought to claim land and resources. The people of Derinkuyu didn't just dig into the earth for convenience, they did it for survival. When danger loomed, they could retreat into this hidden city, sealing themselves off with massive stone doors that could block entire passageways. The ventilation shafts, ingeniously designed to bring fresh air from the surface, ensured that life could continue even during long sieges. What's truly remarkable is how self-sufficient this underground refuge was. Stables were carved out to house livestock, storage rooms were stocked with food and supplies, and chapels provided a space for spiritual solace. The city even had a complex network of wells and water channels, ensuring that its inhabitants could survive for months, if not years, without ever needing to surface. It's a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, a place where necessity drove people to create something far beyond their time. Yet, despite its grandeur, Derinkuyu remained lost to history for centuries. It wasn't until the 1960s that a local resident stumbled upon the entrance, revealing this hidden world to modern eyes. Today, it stands as a reminder of how far people will go to protect what they hold dear. What other secrets might still lie buried beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered? Hidden in the rolling hills of southern Africa, the great Zimbabwe ruins rise like a silent echo of a forgotten empire. These sprawling stone structures, crafted with such precision that they fit together without mortar, are a marvel of ancient engineering. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, this site was once the bustling center of a thriving kingdom, rich in gold and trade. But for centuries, its true origins were shrouded in mystery and prejudice. Colonial explorers who stumbled upon these ruins couldn't fathom that such grandeur could have been created by African hands. Instead, they spun tales of lost civilizations from distant lands, refusing to acknowledge the ingenuity of the people who built them. The story of Great Zimbabwe is one of resilience and rediscovery. At its height, the kingdom was a hub of commerce, with trade routes stretching as far as China and the Middle East. The ruins themselves are divided into three main sections: the hill complex, the Great Enclosure, and the valley ruins. Each area served a distinct purpose, from royal residences to ceremonial spaces, showcasing the sophistication of its builders. The Great Enclosure, with its towering walls and intricate stonework, is particularly breathtaking, a symbol of power and artistry that still stands strong today. But why did it take so long for the world to recognize the significance of Great Zimbabwe? The answer lies in the biases of those who first documented it. Colonial narratives dismissed the idea that Africans could have achieved such architectural feats, instead attributing the ruins to mythical figures or foreign invaders. It wasn't until the 20th century that archaeological evidence finally put these myths to rest, confirming that Great Zimbabwe was indeed the work of the Shona people. Today, the ruins serve as a powerful reminder of Africa's rich and complex history, challenging outdated stereotypes and celebrating the continent's contributions to human civilization. As we walk through these ancient stones, we're not just uncovering the past, we're reclaiming a story that was nearly erased. What other secrets might these walls still hold? What lessons can we learn from a civilization that thrived against the odds? Great Zimbabwe invites us to look closer, to question the narratives we've been told, and to honor the legacy of those who came before us. Nestled in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Easter Island is home to one of the most iconic yet mysterious archaeological wonders in the world, the Moai. These colossal stone figures, carved with striking precision, stand as silent sentinels over the island's rugged landscape. Each statue, with its solemn expression and towering presence, seems to hold secrets of a long-lost civilization. But who created them and why? The Rapa Nui people, the island's original inhabitants, crafted these monolithic figures from compressed volcanic ash, known as tuff, quarried from the slopes of the Rongo-Raraku volcano. What's truly astonishing is the sheer scale of their work. Some Moai reach heights of over 30 feet and weigh as much as 80 tons. The real mystery, though, lies in how these massive statues were moved across the island. Picture this: an ancient society without the use of wheels or large animals somehow transported these gargantuan figures miles from the quarry to their final resting places. Theories abound, from the use of wooden sledges to a rocking motion that walked the statues upright. Yet, despite decades of research, no one can say for certain how the Rapa Nui achieved this incredible feat. Adding to the intrigue is the question of their purpose. Were the Moai meant to honor ancestors, serve as spiritual protectors, or mark territorial boundaries? The answer remains elusive, but their presence tells us one thing for sure: the Rapa Nui were a people of extraordinary ingenuity and determination. What's even more fascinating is the story these statues tell about the island's history. Easter Island was once a thriving society, but by the time European explorers arrived in the 18th century, the Rapa Nui civilization had all but collapsed. The reasons for this decline are debated. Some point to environmental degradation, others to internal conflict or the arrival of outsiders. Whatever the cause, the Moai stand as a haunting reminder of a culture that reached incredible heights only to fade into the mists of time. So, the next time you see an image of these enigmatic figures, take a moment to wonder, what stories could they tell if they could speak? As we move from the isolated shores of Easter Island, our journey takes us to another hidden marvel, one that lies beneath the waves. Imagine stumbling upon a buried treasure so vast and intricate that it rewrites history. That's exactly what happened in 1974, when a group of farmers digging a well near Xi'an, China, unearthed something extraordinary: a life-sized clay soldier staring back at them from the earth. What they had discovered was the first glimpse of the Terracotta army, a monumental collection of over 8,000 clay soldiers, horses, and chariots, all meticulously crafted more than 2,000 years ago. This wasn't just an army, it was an eternal guard created to protect China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, in the afterlife. What makes this sight truly astonishing is the level of detail in each figure. Every soldier is unique, no two faces are alike, and each one boasts intricate armor, hairstyles, and even facial expressions that reflect their rank and role. The artisans of ancient China poured their skill into these figures, creating a snapshot of an empire's military might frozen in time. But here's the real mystery: how did such a massive and elaborate creation remain hidden for so long? The answer lies in the secrecy and ambition of Qin Shi Huang himself. The emperor's tomb, which has yet to be fully excavated, was designed to be a hidden marvel, guarded by this clay army and protected by booby traps and layers of earth. The discovery of the Terracotta army didn't just reveal the craftsmanship of ancient China, it also shed light on the emperor's obsession with immortality. Qin Shi Huang believed that this army would ensure his power extended beyond death. Yet, ironically, it was the very secrecy meant to protect his legacy that kept it buried and forgotten for centuries. Today, the site stands as one of the most significant archaeological finds of all time. offering a window into the ambitions, artistry, and fears of one of history's most powerful rulers. And as archaeologists continue to uncover more of the site, who knows what other secrets might still lie beneath the surface? The ancient city of Troy is one of those places that feels like it belongs to the realm of legends until you realize it's very real. For centuries, many believed Troy was nothing more than a story from Homer's epic Iliad, a poetic tale of gods, heroes, and a giant wooden horse. But in the late 19th century, a German archaeologist named Heinrich Schliemann set out to prove that Troy wasn't just a myth. His excavations in modern-day Turkey unearthed what is now widely accepted as the real Troy, a discovery that stunned the world and reshaped our understanding of ancient history. What makes Troy so fascinating isn't just its connection to the Trojan War, but the fact that it's not just one city. Archaeologists have discovered that Troy is actually a series of cities, built one on top of the other over thousands of years. Each layer represents a different era with its own stories, cultures, and conflicts. Imagine peeling back the pages of a history book, but instead of words, you're uncovering walls, pottery, and even weapons. The oldest layer dates back to around 3000 BCE, while the most recent one shows signs of Roman influence from over 2000 years later. So, how did such a legendary city remain hidden for so long? Part of the answer lies in its location. Troy sits on a strategic hill near the Dardanelles, a narrow strait connecting the Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara. Over time, natural erosion and human activity buried the city under layers of soil and debris, effectively hiding it from view. It wasn't until Schliemann's excavations that the world began to piece together the truth. But the discovery of Troy does more than just validate a legendary tale. It gives us a glimpse into how history and myth intertwine. The layers of Troy reveal a city that was destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, often after violent conflicts. This cyclical pattern of destruction and renewal mirrors the themes of Homer's Iliad, suggesting that the epic might have been inspired by real events. Could the Trojan War have been a real conflict? While we may never know for sure, the evidence from Troy shows that it's not just a story, it's a place where history and legend collide. What's truly remarkable is how Troy's discovery challenges our assumptions about the past. It reminds us that even the most fantastical tales can have roots in reality, and that sometimes the truth is buried just beneath our feet. High above the dry, wind-swept plains of southern Peru, a mystery stretches across the landscape, one so vast it can only be fully appreciated from the sky. These are the Nazca lines, enormous geoglyphs carved into the earth by the ancient Nazca culture over 2,000 years ago. Imagine standing on the ground and seeing nothing but faint grooves in the dirt, only to ascend into the air and discover a sprawling gallery of art. Massive depictions of animals like hummingbirds, spiders, and monkeys, alongside intricate geometric patterns and humanoid figures, sprawl across the desert floor. But here's the question that baffles researchers and visitors alike. How could something so large remain hidden for so long? The answer lies in the unique geography of the Nazca Desert. The region's dry climate and stable winds have preserved these lines for centuries, while the reddish-brown pebbles covering the ground were carefully removed to reveal lighter soil beneath, creating stark contrasts that endure to this day. Yet from ground level, the sheer scale of these designs makes them nearly impossible to decipher. It wasn't until the advent of modern aviation in the early 20th century that the full extent of the Nazca lines was discovered, sparking a wave of fascination and speculation. What were these lines meant to accomplish? Theories abound. Some suggest they served as an astronomical calendar, aligning with celestial events to mark seasons or important dates. Others propose they were part of religious rituals, perhaps pathways for processions or offerings to the gods. There's even a fringe theory that they were created as landing strips for extraterrestrial visitors, though most scholars dismiss this as pure imagination. What's undeniable is the ingenuity of the Nazca people, who created these designs without the benefit of modern tools or aerial perspectives. The Nazca lines are a testament to human creativity and the enduring allure of the unknown. They remind us that sometimes the most extraordinary secrets are hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment or the right vantage point to reveal themselves. And as we marvel at their precision and artistry, we're left to wonder what other ancient wonders might still be out there, unnoticed, just waiting to be discovered. Deep within the dense jungles of Cambodia, a marvel of human ingenuity and devotion emerges from the shadows of history, Angkor Wat. This sprawling temple complex, built in the 12th century, stands as the largest religious monument ever constructed. Once the beating heart of the Khmer Empire, Angkor Wat was not just a place of worship but a symbol of divine power and earthly ambition. Its towering spires, intricate carvings, and vast courtyards tell the story of a civilization that reached incredible heights. But as the empire waned, nature began its slow but relentless reclamation. The jungle crept in, vines winding around stone, roots cracking through walls, and the once thriving site faded into obscurity. For centuries, Angkor Wat lay hidden, known only to locals and a handful of explorers who stumbled upon its ruins. It wasn't until the 19th century that the world began to take notice, thanks to the efforts of French explorers who documented its grandeur. But how did such a monumental site remain concealed for so long? The answer lies in the sheer scale of the jungle and the temple's remote location. The dense canopy and unforgiving terrain made it nearly impossible for outsiders to reach, preserving the site from widespread discovery. What makes Angkor Wat even more fascinating is its design. The temple is a microcosm of the Hindu universe, with its central towers representing Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods. Every inch of the structure is adorned with carvings depicting epic tales, celestial beings, and everyday life in the Khmer Empire. It's a testament to the skill and vision of its builders, who managed to create something both sacred and awe-inspiring. Today, Angkor Wat stands as a symbol of resilience, a reminder of how nature and time can obscure even the grandest achievements of humanity. Yet, it also serves as a beacon of rediscovery, drawing millions of visitors each year who come to marvel at its beauty and ponder the mysteries it still holds. The story of Angkor Wat is not just about a hidden temple, it's about the enduring legacy of a civilization that once shaped the world and the secrets that still lie waiting to be uncovered. Nestled in the rugged highlands of northern Ethiopia, the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela stand as one of the most astonishing feats of human ingenuity. Imagine walking into a complex of churches not built from stone but carved directly into it. Entire structures chiseled out of solid rock, with intricate details and towering columns that seem to defy the very limits of medieval engineering. This is Lalibela, a place that feels almost otherworldly in its grandeur and mystery. These churches were commissioned in the 12th century by King Lalibela, a ruler whose vision was as bold as the landscape around him. Inspired by a religious pilgrimage to Jerusalem, he sought to create a New Jerusalem for those who could not make the arduous journey to the Holy Land. The result, a series of 11 monolithic churches, each painstakingly carved from a single block of volcanic rock, complete with windows, doors, and even drainage systems to protect against the seasonal rains. What makes Lalibela even more remarkable is how it remained hidden from the wider world for so long. For centuries, these churches were known only to the local Ethiopian Orthodox community, who used them as places of worship and pilgrimage. It wasn't until the 20th century that the rest of the world began to take notice, and even today, Lalibela retains an air of secrecy and wonder. But the question remains, how did medieval craftsmen achieve such precision without modern tools? The process began by identifying solid rock faces, then digging downward to create trenches and courtyards, leaving the church structures intact. The interiors were hollowed out with careful attention to detail. Everything from arches to altars was carved with remarkable accuracy. Some even believe that divine intervention played a role, as the sheer scale and complexity of the work seem almost superhuman. Lalibela is more than just an architectural marvel. It's a testament to the power of faith and human determination. These churches continue to be active places of worship, drawing pilgrims from across Ethiopia and beyond. Walking through their dimly lit passageways, you can't help but feel a connection to the countless generations who have sought solace and inspiration within these ancient walls. The story of Lalibela reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to look a little closer. And as we move forward, we'll uncover even more of these hidden wonders, each with its own story to tell. Imagine walking through the streets of an ancient Roman city, where every building, every artifact, and even the echoes of daily life seem frozen in time. This is exactly what you'll find in the ancient city of Pompeii, one of the most extraordinary archaeological sites in the world. Buried under layers of volcanic ash during the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in the year 79 AD, Pompeii was lost to history for nearly 1700 years. But when it was rediscovered in the 18th century, it revealed an astonishingly well-preserved snapshot of Roman life, offering us a rare and intimate look into the past. What makes Pompeii so remarkable is the level of detail that survived the disaster. The volcanic ash acted as a natural preservative, sealing the city in a time capsule. As you wander through the ruins, you'll find vibrant frescoes still adorning the walls of homes, intricate mosaics decorating the floors, and even the remains of public baths where citizens gathered to socialize. These remnants paint a vivid picture of a thriving, bustling city, one that was suddenly halted in its tracks. But how did Pompeii remain hidden for so long? After the eruption, the city was buried under nearly 20 feet of ash and pumice, effectively erasing it from the map. Over time, the memory of Pompeii faded, and the land above it was repurposed for farming and other uses. It wasn't until the mid-18th century that explorers stumbled upon fragments of the ancient city, sparking a wave of excavations that continue to this day. The rediscovery of Pompeii wasn't just a triumph for archaeology, it was a revelation that allowed us to connect with the lives of people who lived nearly 2,000 years ago. One of the most haunting aspects of Pompeii is the plaster casts of its residents, created by filling the voids left by decomposed bodies in the ash. These casts capture the final moments of individuals trying to escape the disaster, offering a poignant reminder of the human toll of the eruption. It's a sobering yet deeply moving experience to stand before these figures, knowing that they represent real lives cut short by a force of nature. Pompeii is more than just a city frozen in time. It's a testament to resilience, discovery, and the enduring power of history. As we explore its streets, we're not just uncovering the past, we're stepping into the lives of those who once called this place home. And with every new excavation, Pompeii continues to reveal secrets, ensuring that its story remains as captivating today as it was when it was first unearthed. Hidden deep within the lush jungles of Costa Rica lies a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists and historians for generations: the stone spheres of the Diquis Delta. These perfectly round, almost otherworldly stones, some weighing as much as 16 tons, are scattered across the landscape like silent sentinels of a forgotten time. Crafted by the pre-Columbian Diquis culture, these spheres are a marvel of precision and engineering, yet their purpose remains shrouded in mystery. How did a civilization without modern tools create such flawless shapes, and why were they placed where they are? The spheres are more than just geological oddities. They are a testament to the ingenuity of the Diquis people. Each sphere was painstakingly carved from gabbro, a type of volcanic rock, using a combination of hammering, heating, and chiseling. The level of precision is astonishing, with some spheres measuring within millimeters of perfect roundness. But what's even more intriguing is their placement. Some are arranged in alignments that suggest they may have had astronomical or ceremonial significance. Could they have served as markers for celestial events, or were they part of a larger spiritual practice? For centuries, these spheres lay hidden beneath layers of soil and vegetation, only to be rediscovered in the 1930s during agricultural expansion. Their rediscovery sparked a wave of fascination, but also raised more questions than answers. Why did the Diquis culture vanish, leaving behind these enigmatic artifacts? And how did such large and significant objects escape notice for so long? Some theories suggest they were deliberately concealed, while others point to natural processes burying them over time. Today, the stone spheres of Costa Rica are recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a designation that underscores their cultural and historical importance. Yet, despite decades of study, they continue to guard their secrets. What we do know is that these spheres are a powerful reminder of the mysteries that still lie hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. Deep within the lush, emerald embrace of Guatemala's rainforest lies the ancient city of Tikal, a place where history whispers through the towering trees and crumbling stone. Once the beating heart of the Maya civilization, Tikal was a city of unparalleled power and sophistication, its skyline dominated by pyramids that seemed to touch the heavens. Yet for centuries, this grand metropolis was swallowed by the jungle, its secrets hidden beneath a thick canopy of vines and foliage. Rediscovered in the 19th century, Tikal has since become a window into the world of the ancient Maya, offering us a glimpse of their ingenuity, spirituality, and the mysteries of their sudden disappearance. At its peak, Tikal was a thriving hub of politics, trade, and religion, home to tens of thousands of people. The city's iconic pyramids, like Temple Roman IV, rise over 200 feet into the air, standing as testaments to the Maya's architectural brilliance. These structures weren't just feats of engineering, they were sacred spaces where rulers conducted ceremonies to honor their gods and assert their divine authority. But what's truly remarkable is how Tikal's layout reflects the Maya's deep connection to the cosmos. The alignment of its temples and plazas mirrors celestial patterns, suggesting the city itself was a kind of earthly representation of the heavens. Yet for all its grandeur, Tikal's story took a dramatic turn. By the 9th century, the city had been abandoned, its once bustling streets silent, its temples left to the mercy of the jungle. Why did this happen? Theories abound, from prolonged droughts that devastated crops to political unrest that fractured the Maya world. Whatever the cause, the jungle quickly reclaimed Tikal, wrapping its roots around the stones and burying the city in a green shroud. When explorers stumbled upon the ruins in the 1800s, they found a place frozen in time, a haunting reminder of a civilization that had vanished into history. Today, Tikal stands as one of the most awe-inspiring archaeological sites in the world. Walking through its plazas, you can almost hear the echoes of ancient ceremonies and the hum of daily life. The site's rediscovery has given us invaluable insights into the Maya's advanced understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and governance. But it also raises questions that continue to intrigue archaeologists and historians alike. How did a civilization capable of such monumental achievements simply fade away? And what can Tikal teach us about the fragility of even the mightiest empires? As you stand at the base of a Tikal pyramid, looking up at its weathered stones, it's impossible not to feel a sense of wonder. This is more than just a ruin, it's a story etched in stone, a testament to human ambition and the relentless passage of time. The ancient city of Tikal may have been lost to the jungle, but its legacy endures, inviting us to uncover its secrets and reflect on the mysteries it still holds. Nestled high in the mist-shrouded peaks of the Andes, Machu Picchu stands as one of the most breathtaking ancient sites ever discovered. This sprawling Inca citadel, built in the 15th century, was so well hidden that it remained unknown to the outside world until 1911, when explorer Hiram Bingham stumbled upon its terraced ruins. But here's the intriguing part. Despite its grandeur, Machu Picchu was abandoned just a century after its construction, leaving behind a puzzle that historians and archaeologists are still trying to solve. The city's isolation played a key role in its concealment for centuries. Surrounded by dense jungle and perched on a steep mountain ridge, Machu Picchu was virtually invisible from below. The Inca themselves likely chose this remote location for its strategic and spiritual significance, but it also meant that when the empire fell, the site was quickly reclaimed by nature. Thick vegetation covered the stone structures, and for hundreds of years the citadel lay forgotten, a secret held tightly by the mountains. What makes Machu Picchu even more fascinating is the mystery surrounding its purpose. Some believe it was a royal estate for Inca emperors, a retreat from the bustling capital of Cusco. Others argue it was a sacred religious site, with its precise alignment to the stars and its intricate stonework suggesting astronomical and ceremonial significance. The lack of written records from the Inca means we may never know for certain, but the precision of its construction hints at a society deeply in tune with both engineering and the natural world. And then there's the question of why it was abandoned. Was it due to the Spanish conquest, disease, or something else entirely? The absence of evidence of battle or destruction suggests a peaceful departure, but the truth remains elusive. What we do know is that the jungle quickly reclaimed the site, preserving it in a way that modern explorers could later uncover. Machu Picchu's rediscovery in the early 20th century captivated the world, and today it stands as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Inca civilization. Its hidden location, once a shield from invaders, has become a symbol of its enduring mystery, inviting us to wonder what other secrets the ancient world might still hold. Nestled in the heart of modern-day Iraq, the ancient city of Babylon stands as a testament to humanity's earliest ambitions. Once the crown jewel of Mesopotamia, this sprawling metropolis was a beacon of power, culture, and innovation. Its name alone conjures images of grandeur. Think of the legendary Hanging Gardens, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, or the towering ziggurat often linked to the biblical Tower of Babel. These marvels weren't just feats of engineering, they were symbols of a civilization that dared to reach for the heavens. Yet, despite its fame, much of Babylon's story remains shrouded in mystery. Today, its ruins lie partially uncovered, their secrets still hidden beneath layers of sand and time. The city, which once hosted kings like Nebuchadnezzar II and served as a hub for trade, science, and art, eventually faded into obscurity. How did a place so central to history become a whisper in the winds of time? The answer lies in the rise and fall of empires, the shifting tides of power, and the relentless march of nature reclaiming what was once hers. Walking through the ruins today, you'll find remnants of the Ishtar Gate, its vibrant blue tiles still hinting at the city's former glory. The gate, adorned with reliefs of lions and dragons, was once the grand entrance to a city that dazzled visitors from across the ancient world. But beyond these fragments, much of Babylon remains buried, waiting to reveal its secrets. What stories might those unexcavated walls tell? What treasures lie beneath the surface, untouched for centuries? Babylon's legacy is a reminder of how even the mightiest civilizations can fade, leaving behind only echoes of their greatness. Yet in those echoes, we find lessons about innovation, ambition, and the enduring power of human creativity. As we stand amid the ruins, we're left to wonder what will future generations uncover about this ancient city, and what will they learn from its rise and fall. Nestled along the Aegean coast in what is now Turkey, the ancient city of Ephesus stands as a testament to the grandeur of the Roman Empire. Once a bustling port city and a hub of commerce, culture, and religion, Ephesus was home to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Temple of Artemis. But how did such a vibrant and influential city fade into obscurity, only to be rediscovered centuries later? The story of Ephesus is as fascinating as the ruins themselves. At its peak, Ephesus was a thriving metropolis, boasting architectural marvels like the Library of Celsus, a monumental structure that held thousands of scrolls and symbolized the city's intellectual prowess. The Great Theater, capable of seating 25,000 spectators, hosted everything from gladiatorial games to dramatic performances, echoing the city's cultural vibrancy. Yet, despite its prominence, Ephesus began to decline as natural forces and human decisions conspired against it. The silting of its harbor, a slow but relentless process, gradually cut off the city from the sea, its lifeline for trade and prosperity. Over time, Ephesus was abandoned, its once grand structures buried under layers of earth and forgotten by history. Rediscovered in the 19th century, Ephesus has since revealed countless treasures, offering a glimpse into its glorious past. Walking through its streets today, you can almost hear the echoes of merchants haggling, philosophers debating, and crowds cheering in the amphitheater. The city's ruins, painstakingly excavated and preserved, stand as a poignant reminder of how even the most powerful civilizations can be humbled by time. Ephesus invites us to ponder not only its rise and fall, but also the enduring legacy of human ambition and ingenuity. Nestled in the vast expanse of the Syrian desert, the ancient city of Palmyra rises like a mirage from the sands, a haunting reminder of a civilization that once thrived at the crossroads of empires. Known affectionately as the Bride of the Desert, Palmyra wasn't just a city. It was a vibrant hub of trade, culture, and innovation. Imagine caravans laden with silk, spices, and precious gems winding their way through its grand colonnades, connecting the east and west in a dazzling exchange of goods and ideas. Yet for all its splendor, Palmyra's story took a tragic turn. Abandoned and left to the mercy of time, this desert jewel was swallowed by the sands, its secrets buried for centuries. So, how did such a magnificent city vanish from memory, only to be rediscovered centuries later? The answer lies in its isolation. Surrounded by the unforgiving desert, Palmyra's ruins were shielded from the prying eyes of the modern world. For generations, the city remained a ghostly silhouette, its towering columns and intricate temples standing silent under the relentless sun. It wasn't until explorers and archaeologists began to piece together its past that the true scale of Palmyra's grandeur came to light. The city's architecture reveals a fascinating blend of Roman, Greek, and Persian influences, reflecting its role as a cultural melting pot. From the awe-inspiring Temple of Bel to the iconic Arch of Triumph, every stone tells a story of a civilization that once bridged worlds. But Palmyra's rediscovery hasn't been without challenges. In recent years, conflict and destruction have threatened to erase this ancient wonder once more, leaving us to wonder how much of its legacy can truly be preserved. As we walk through the ruins today, we're not just exploring the remnants of a city, we're uncovering a testament to human resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of history. What lessons can we learn from Palmyra's rise, fall, and rediscovery? Perhaps it's a reminder that even the grandest achievements are fragile, and that the echoes of the past can still speak to us if we're willing to listen. Nestled just northeast of modern-day Mexico City lies a marvel of the ancient world, a place that still leaves archaeologists and historians in awe. Teotihuacan. Known as the City of the Gods, this sprawling metropolis was once home to over 100,000 people, making it one of the largest cities of its time. But what's truly staggering are the monumental structures that dominate its landscape. At its heart stands the Pyramid of the Sun, a colossal structure that towers over the site, second only to Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza in sheer size. Nearby, the Pyramid of the Moon and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent complete this awe-inspiring skyline. Yet, despite its grandeur, the origins of Teotihuacan remain shrouded in mystery. Who are the masterminds behind this architectural wonder, and why did they vanish, leaving their city to crumble into silence? The builders of Teotihuacan left no written records, leaving us to piece together their story through the ruins they left behind. Some scholars believe the city was a melting pot of cultures, drawing people from across Mesoamerica. Others suggest it was a powerful religious center, its pyramids serving as sacred sites for rituals and ceremonies. The Pyramid of the Sun, for instance, aligns precisely with the sun's path during the equinoxes, hinting at a deep connection to celestial events. But perhaps the most intriguing question is why this thriving city was abandoned around the 7th century. Was it due to environmental changes, internal conflict, or something else entirely? Walking through Teotihuacan today, you can't help but feel the weight of its history. The Avenue of the Dead, the city's central thoroughfare, stretches for miles, flanked by the remnants of temples and palaces. It's almost as if the stones themselves whisper stories of the people who once walked here. And while we may never fully unravel the mysteries of Teotihuacan, its legacy continues to captivate us, offering a glimpse into a world that was both ancient and astonishingly advanced. Nestled in the foothills of modern-day Iran lies the ancient city of Persepolis, a place that once stood as the beating heart of the Persian Empire. This sprawling ceremonial capital was more than just a city. It was a testament to the empire's wealth, ambition, and architectural genius. Built by Darius I around 518 BC, Persepolis was designed to awe. Its towering columns, intricate reliefs, and grand staircases were meant to inspire both reverence and fear in those who entered. But how did such a symbol of power and grandeur vanish from the pages of history? The story of Persepolis is one of triumph and tragedy. For centuries, it thrived as the center of the empire, hosting kings, dignitaries, and envoys from across the known world. The Apadana Palace, with its massive halls, was the site of lavish celebrations and diplomatic meetings. The city's walls were adorned with carvings depicting subjects from every corner of the empire, bringing tribute to their rulers. Yet in 330 BC, this magnificent city met its end at the hands of Alexander the Great. After a swift conquest, Alexander's army looted and burned Persepolis, reducing it to ruins. But the story doesn't end there. Over time, the sands of the desert swallowed the city, burying it under layers of earth and obscuring its memory. For centuries, Persepolis was lost to the world, its existence fading into legend. It wasn't until the 1930s that archaeologists began to uncover its secrets, revealing the scale and splendor of this ancient metropolis. Today, the ruins of Persepolis stand as a haunting reminder of a civilization that once dominated the ancient world. As you walk among the remnants of its grand palaces and temples, it's impossible not to feel the weight of history. The towering gate of all nations, with its colossal stone guardians, still commands attention, while the intricate carvings on the staircases tell stories of a time long past. Persepolis may have fallen, but its legacy endures, offering us a glimpse into the grandeur of the Persian Empire and the fleeting nature of power. Nestled in the rugged landscapes of modern-day Turkey, the ancient city of Hattusa stands as a testament to the might and mystery of the Hittite Empire. Once the thriving capital of one of the Bronze Age's most formidable powers, this sprawling city was home to grand temples, towering fortifications, and intricate palaces. But for centuries, its existence faded into legend, buried beneath layers of earth and forgotten by time. So, what happened to this once vibrant metropolis, and how did it vanish from history's spotlight? At its peak, Hattusa was a marvel of engineering and ambition. The Hittites, known for their military prowess and diplomatic skill, built a city that reflected their dominance. Massive stone walls, some reaching up to 6 meters thick, encircled the city, designed to withstand sieges and protect its inhabitants. Inside, temples dedicated to the storm god Teshub and the sun goddess Arina stood as spiritual centers, while royal archives housed thousands of clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform, offering glimpses into their laws, treaties, and daily life. Yet, despite its grandeur, Hattusa met a mysterious end. Around 1200 BCE, the city was abandoned, leaving behind its stone structures and secrets. Historians have long debated what caused this sudden decline. Some point to external invasions as the so-called Sea Peoples swept through the region, destabilizing empires. Others suggest internal strife or environmental factors such as prolonged droughts may have played a role. Whatever the cause, Hattusa's fall marked the end of an era, and the city was swallowed by the earth, waiting silently for its rediscovery. Fast forward to the 19th century, when European explorers and archaeologists began piecing together the puzzle of Hattusa. Excavations revealed its once majestic gates, adorned with intricate carvings of lions and sphinxes, and the remnants of its royal archives, which provided invaluable insights into Hittite culture. Today, walking through the ruins of Hattusa, you can almost hear the echoes of a civilization that once rivaled the great powers of Egypt and Mesopotamia. Its story reminds us that even the mightiest empires are not immune to the passage of time, leaving behind whispers of their glory for us to uncover. Nestled in the fertile Soup Valley of Peru, the ancient city of Caral stands as a testament to the ingenuity of one of the earliest civilizations in the Americas. This sprawling complex of pyramids, plazas, and residential areas dates back more than 5,000 years, making it a contemporary of the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Yet, unlike its Egyptian counterparts, Caral remained hidden from the modern world until the late 20th century. How could such a massive and sophisticated site go unnoticed for so long? The answer lies in its remote location and the passage of time, which allowed the desert sands to quietly reclaim its secrets. Caral's discovery in the 1990s was nothing short of groundbreaking. Archaeologists uncovered a city that predated the Inca by thousands of years, revealing a society that thrived without pottery, weapons, or even a written language. Instead, the people of Caral relied on advanced engineering, precise astronomical alignments, and a complex network of trade to sustain their civilization. The city's central plaza, surrounded by 6 massive pyramids, suggests a highly organized society with a deep understanding of architecture and urban planning. But perhaps the most striking feature of Caral is its quiet resilience. This ancient city survived for millennia, hidden in plain sight, until modern technology and curiosity brought it back into the light. What makes Caral even more fascinating is its role as a cultural cradle. Evidence suggests that this city influenced later civilizations across the Andes, acting as a blueprint for urban development in the region. The absence of warfare symbols or defensive structures hints at a society that prioritized cooperation and intellectual achievement over conflict. As we walk through the ruins today, we're left wondering, what other secrets might still lie buried beneath the sands of Peru, waiting to rewrite our understanding of human history? Nestled in the heart of modern-day Pakistan lies Mohenjo-Daro, a city that once thrived as one of the crown jewels of the Indus Valley civilization. Dating back to around 2500 BCE, this ancient metropolis was a testament to human ingenuity, boasting features that would impress even modern urban planners. The city's grid-like streets, meticulously designed brick buildings, and sophisticated drainage systems reveal a level of organization that was far ahead of its time. But what's even more astonishing is how this thriving hub of over 40,000 people seemed to vanish almost overnight, leaving behind a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists for decades. Imagine walking through the ruins and seeing the remnants of a civilization that mastered urban living thousands of years before the Romans built their roads or the Greeks constructed their temples. Mohenjo-Daro's drainage system, for example, was a marvel. Underground channels carried wastewater away from homes and public spaces, an innovation that wouldn't become commonplace in many parts of the world until centuries later. The city's buildings were uniform and sturdy, made from baked bricks that have endured the test of time. And yet, despite its advanced infrastructure, Mohenjo-Daro was abandoned, its people disappearing without a clear trace. So, what could have caused the downfall of such a well-organized society? Some theories point to environmental changes, such as shifting river patterns or prolonged droughts, which may have disrupted the city's water supply. Others suggest that invasions or internal conflicts could have played a role, but the truth remains elusive, buried beneath layers of soil and time. What we do know is that Mohenjo-Daro's rediscovery in the 1920s unveiled a civilization that was far more advanced than anyone had imagined. As we explore its silent streets and crumbling structures, we're reminded of how much we still have to learn about the people who came before us. Mohenjo-Daro isn't just a relic of the past, it's a window into the ingenuity and resilience of humanity, a story that continues to captivate and inspire. Nestled in the Jordan Valley, the ancient city of Jericho stands as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. Known as one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, Jericho's history stretches back more than 10,000 years. That's a staggering timeline. Imagine a city that has seen the rise and fall of countless civilizations, yet still endures today. But what makes Jericho truly remarkable isn't just its age, it's the layers of history buried beneath its surface, waiting to be uncovered. For centuries, Jericho's ancient walls and towers were shrouded in mystery, lost to the sands of time. It wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that archaeologists began to peel back the layers of this ancient city, revealing structures that defy imagination. Among the most striking discoveries were the remnants of its massive stone walls and a towering structure believed to be part of a defensive system. These ruins tell a story of a city that was not only a hub of early human settlement, but also a place of innovation and strategic planning. So, how did such a significant site remain hidden for so long? The answer lies in its very longevity. Over millennia, Jericho was repeatedly rebuilt, with each new generation constructing on top of the ruins of the past. This created a literal mound or tell of accumulated history. To the untrained eye, it might have looked like nothing more than a hill, but beneath the surface lay the secrets of a civilization that thrived long before the pyramids of Egypt or the ziggurats of Mesopotamia. And it wasn't just the physical layers that concealed Jericho. Time itself played a role, as centuries of erosion and natural disasters buried its structures deeper into the earth. Even the Bible references Jericho's walls famously tumbling down, adding a layer of myth and legend to its enigmatic past. Yet, through meticulous excavation, archaeologists have been able to piece together the story of this ancient city, revealing a place that was far ahead of its time. What does Jericho teach us? It's a reminder that history is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to look closer. Its ruins challenge us to rethink what we know about early human societies and their achievements. As we walk through the remnants of its walls, we're not just exploring a city, we're stepping into a narrative that spans the entirety of human civilization. Jericho isn't just a site, it's a living connection to our shared past. Nestled in the rugged hills of southern Greece, the ancient city of Mycenae stands as a testament to a civilization that once dominated the Mediterranean world. Known as the heart of the Mycenaean culture, this city thrived over 3,000 years ago, its influence stretching across trade routes and into the realms of myth and legend. But what happened to this once mighty city, and how did it disappear from the pages of history for so long? The story of Mycenae begins with its legendary origins. According to Greek mythology, it was founded by Perseus, the hero who slayed the Gorgon Medusa. While myths often blur the lines between fact and fiction, archaeologists have uncovered evidence that Mycenae was indeed a powerhouse of its time. Its massive cyclopean walls, built from enormous limestone blocks, were so imposing that later Greeks believed only giants could have constructed them. These walls, along with the iconic Lion Gate, served as both a defense and a symbol of the city's strength. But Mycenae's grandeur didn't stop at its walls. The city was home to elaborate tombs, known as tholos or beehive tombs, where kings and nobles were laid to rest with treasures befitting their status. The most famous of these is the so-called Treasury of Atreus, a monumental burial chamber that still inspires awe today. These tombs, along with artifacts like gold masks and intricate pottery, reveal a society that valued artistry and wealth. So, what led to the decline of this thriving city? Scholars believe a combination of factors played a role. Natural disasters, such as earthquakes, may have weakened Mycenae's infrastructure. At the same time, invasions by mysterious groups known as the Sea Peoples disrupted trade and destabilized the region. Internal strife and economic collapse likely sealed the city's fate. By the time the classical Greek era dawned, Mycenae had already faded into obscurity, its once great halls buried beneath layers of earth and legend. For centuries, Mycenae remained forgotten, its stories preserved only in myths like the Trojan War and the exploits of Agamemnon. It wasn't until the late 19th century that the city was rediscovered, thanks to the efforts of pioneering archaeologists like Heinrich Schliemann. His excavations brought Mycenae back into the light, revealing a civilization that had been lost to time but not to memory. Today, walking through the ruins of Mycenae feels like stepping into a living history book. The towering walls, the imposing Lion Gate, and the echoing chambers of the tombs all whisper tales of a world that once was. The city's rediscovery not only shed light on the Mycenaean civilization, but also deepened our understanding of the roots of classical Greece. It's a reminder that even the mightiest empires can fall, but their stories endure, waiting to be uncovered by those who seek them. Nestled on the sun-soaked island of Crete, the ancient city of Knossos stands as a testament to one of the most advanced civilizations of its time, the Minoan. This sprawling site, once the beating heart of Minoan culture, is home to a labyrinthine palace complex that has captivated archaeologists and historians for generations. But what makes Knossos so extraordinary isn't just its size or its age, it's the fact that this ancient marvel lay buried and forgotten for centuries, only to be rediscovered in the late 19th century. How could such a grand city, with its vibrant frescoes and sophisticated architecture, vanish from memory for so long? The story of Knossos begins around 2000 BCE, when it emerged as the political and cultural hub of the Minoan civilization. The palace itself is a maze of over 1,000 rooms, courtyards, and corridors, designed with an ingenuity that still astounds modern architects. Its walls were adorned with vivid frescoes depicting scenes of daily life, religious rituals, and mythical creatures, offering a glimpse into a world that thrived over 3,000 years ago. Yet, despite its grandeur, Knossos was abandoned and eventually buried under layers of earth, its existence reduced to legend. One of the most intriguing aspects of Knossos is its connection to the myth of the Minotaur, a half-man, half-bull creature said to dwell in a labyrinth beneath the palace. While the story is steeped in myth, it's fascinating to consider how the palace's complex layout might have inspired such tales. The rediscovery of Knossos in the late 1800s by British archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans brought these legends back to life as he unearthed not just a city, but a civilization that had once dominated the Mediterranean. So why did Knossos remain hidden for so long? The answer lies in the passage of time and the layers of history that accumulated over the site. Natural disasters such as earthquakes and volcanic eruptions likely contributed to its decline, while later civilizations built over its ruins, effectively sealing it away. It wasn't until Evans' meticulous excavations that the world was reintroduced to this ancient wonder. Today, Knossos offers us a window into the Minoan world, a civilization that valued art, innovation, and connectivity, long before many of the cultures we often think of as ancient even existed. Walking through the ruins, you can almost hear the echoes of a bustling city, the clatter of pottery, the hum of traders, and the whispers of rituals performed in its sacred spaces. Knossos is more than just an archaeological site. It's a reminder of how much history lies hidden beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered. Nestled along the coast of modern-day Tunisia, the ancient city of Carthage stands as a haunting reminder of power, ambition, and resilience. Founded by the Phoenicians in the 9th century BC, Carthage grew into a thriving maritime empire, its influence stretching across the Mediterranean. At its peak, it was a force to be reckoned with, a city that rivaled Rome in wealth, military might, and cultural sophistication. But today, all that remains are scattered ruins, columns, fragments of walls, and the echoes of a civilization that once seemed invincible. So, what happened to this legendary city? Carthage's story is one of triumph and tragedy. It began as a trading hub, strategically positioned to control key Mediterranean routes. The Carthaginians were master navigators and merchants, building a vast network that connected distant lands. Their wealth was unparalleled, and their innovations like the use of war elephants in battle were legendary. Yet, their success also made them a target. Rome, a rising power with its own ambitions, saw Carthage as a threat. This rivalry eventually led to a series of brutal conflicts known as the Punic Wars, which would seal Carthage's fate. The most famous of these conflicts was the Third Punic War, a devastating campaign that ended in one of history's most shocking acts of destruction. In 146 BC, after a grueling siege, Roman forces razed Carthage to the ground. The city was burned, its people either killed or enslaved, and its land salted to ensure nothing would grow again. It was a deliberate attempt to erase Carthage from the map, and for a time it worked. But Carthage's story doesn't end there. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the city was rebuilt by the Romans themselves, who later recognized its strategic value. Under Roman rule, it flourished once more, becoming a major center of trade and culture. Yet, over time, as empires rose and fell, Carthage faded into obscurity, its once great monuments slowly reclaimed by nature. Today, the ruins of Carthage offer a fascinating glimpse into this layered history. Walking among the remnants of its grand amphitheater, the sprawling baths of Antoninus, and the quiet harbor where mighty warships once docked, it's impossible not to feel the weight of the past. These silent stones tell a story of resilience, of a city that endured against all odds only to vanish, leaving behind whispers of its former glory. So, the next time you think of Rome's dominance, remember Carthage. A city that refused to be forgotten, even when the world tried to erase it. Nestled along the Mediterranean coast of modern-day Libya lies the ancient city of Leptis Magna, a once thriving jewel of the Roman Empire. This city wasn't just a small settlement, it was a bustling hub of trade, culture, and architecture, renowned for its grandeur and sophistication. Imagine walking through streets lined with towering columns, past grand temples that echoed with the voices of ancient worshippers, and into an amphitheater where thousands once gathered to watch gladiatorial combat. Leptis Magna was a city that embodied the height of Roman power, yet, like so many ancient wonders, it vanished from the world's memory for centuries. How could such a vibrant metropolis simply disappear? The story of Leptis Magna's decline is as fascinating as its rise. Founded by the Phoenicians around the 11th century BC, the city flourished under Roman rule, particularly during the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus, who was born there. Under his patronage, Leptis Magna became a showpiece of Roman engineering and wealth, with its monumental arches, sprawling marketplaces, and intricate mosaics. But as the Roman Empire began to crumble, so too did the fortunes of this once great city. Trade routes shifted, sand dunes crept in, and over time, Leptis Magna was buried beneath the shifting sands of the Sahara Desert, hidden from the world for over 1,000 years. It wasn't until the early 20th century that archaeologists began to uncover the city's secrets. What they found was astonishing, a remarkably well-preserved time capsule of Roman life. The amphitheater, capable of seating over 16,000 spectators, still stands as a testament to the city's vibrant cultural life. The Arch of Septimius Severus, with its intricate carvings, offers a glimpse into the artistic mastery of the time. And the ruins of the city's baths and temples reveal the daily rhythms of its inhabitants. But perhaps the most striking discovery was how nature played a role in preserving these structures. The same sands that buried Leptis Magna also protected it from the erosion and destruction that befell so many other ancient sites. Today, Leptis Magna is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a place where visitors can step back in time and walk among the ghosts of the Roman Empire. Yet, its rediscovery raises an intriguing question. How many other ancient cities, once lost to history, are still waiting to be found? Leptis Magna reminds us that the past is never truly gone. It's just hidden, waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets. And as we uncover these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the civilizations that shaped our world. Nestled within the dense, emerald embrace of the Mexican jungle lies the ancient city of Palenque, a testament to the ingenuity and grandeur of the Maya civilization. This once thriving metropolis, with its towering temples and intricate palaces, was a beacon of power and culture during its peak. Yet, like so many great cities of antiquity, Palenque eventually fell into obscurity, its stone structures swallowed by the relentless advance of the forest. How did such a magnificent city, a hub of art, science, and spirituality, vanish from the world's memory for centuries? The story of Palenque begins in the late classic period of Maya history, around the 6th to the 8th centuries. At its height, the city was home to some of the most advanced architectural and artistic achievements of its time. The Temple of the Inscriptions, for instance, is a marvel of engineering, housing the tomb of one of Palenque's most famous rulers, Pakal the Great. The intricate carvings and hieroglyphs adorning its walls tell stories of divine kingship, celestial journeys, and the mysteries of the afterlife. But beyond its physical beauty, Palenque was a center of knowledge, with scholars studying astronomy, mathematics, and the cycles of time long before these fields flourished elsewhere in the world. Yet, despite its brilliance, Palenque's decline remains shrouded in mystery. Some theories suggest that prolonged droughts, overpopulation, or internal conflicts may have weakened the city, leaving it vulnerable to collapse. Others point to the encroaching jungle as nature's way of reclaiming what was once hers. Over time, the vines and roots crept over the stonework, and the once bustling plazas fell silent, hidden beneath a canopy of green. It wasn't until the 18th century that explorers rediscovered Palenque, peeling back layers of vegetation to reveal a city frozen in time. Today, Palenque stands as a hauntingly beautiful reminder of the Maya's remarkable achievements. Walking through its ruins, you can almost hear the echoes of ancient rituals, the whispers of priests, and the footsteps of traders who once filled its streets. But the jungle hasn't fully relinquished its grip. Some parts of the city remain unexplored, their secrets still buried beneath the earth and foliage. What other wonders might lie hidden, waiting to be uncovered? The story of Palenque is far from over, and each discovery brings us closer to understanding the enigmatic civilization that built it. Nestled deep within the lush jungles of modern-day Honduras, the ancient city of Capon stands as a testament to the ingenuity and artistry of the Maya civilization. Renowned for its breathtaking stelae tall, intricately carved stone monuments, and the elaborate hieroglyphs that tell stories of kings, gods, and cosmic events, Capon is often regarded as one of the most visually striking archaeological sites in the Americas. But what makes this city truly remarkable is not just its beauty, but the mystery of how it vanished from human memory for centuries, swallowed by the relentless growth of the jungle. The story of Capon begins around the 5th century when it flourished as a powerful center of art, science, and politics. The city's rulers were not only political leaders but also patrons of the arts, commissioning elaborate carvings and sculptures that captured the essence of their world. The hieroglyphic stairway, for example, is a monumental staircase adorned with over 2,000 glyphs, making it one of the longest surviving texts of the ancient Maya. Each step tells a story, preserving the history of Capon's rulers and their divine connection to the cosmos. Yet, despite its grandeur, Capon was abandoned around the 9th century, likely due to a combination of environmental stress, political instability, and resource depletion. Over time, the jungle reclaimed the city, burying its temples and plazas beneath a thick canopy of vines and trees. It wasn't until the 19th century that explorers and archaeologists began to uncover its secrets, revealing a city frozen in time. The rediscovery of Capon was no small feat. It required cutting through dense vegetation and piecing together fragmented histories from the carvings left behind. But how did such a monumental city remain hidden for so long? The answer lies in the very environment that preserved it. The jungle acted as both a protector and a concealer, shielding the ruins from the elements while also making them nearly impossible to find without deliberate effort. Even today, walking through Capon feels like stepping into a lost world, where every stone tells a story waiting to be deciphered. What's fascinating is how Capon's rediscovery has reshaped our understanding of the Maya. The city's artistry and sophistication challenge earlier assumptions about ancient civilizations in the Americas, proving that they were far more advanced than once thought. From its towering pyramids to its ball courts and altars, Capon offers a glimpse into a civilization that thrived in harmony with its environment, even as it eventually succumbed to the challenges of its time. As you wander through the ruins, it's hard not to feel a sense of awe at the scale of human achievement, and a tinge of sadness at how easily such greatness can be forgotten. But perhaps that's what makes Capon so compelling. It reminds us that even the grandest civilizations are not immune to the passage of time, and yet their legacies endure, waiting to be rediscovered by those who seek them. High in the Andes, nestled near the shimmering waters of Lake Titicaca, lies the ancient city of Tiwanaku, a place that once stood as the heart of a powerful civilization. Imagine a city so advanced that it could move and carve massive stones with precision, creating structures that still baffle modern engineers. Yet, despite its grandeur, Tiwanaku vanished from history, leaving behind only whispers of its former glory. What happened to this enigmatic city, and why did it disappear so completely? The ruins of Tiwanaku are a testament to the ingenuity of its people. Towering stone monuments like the iconic Gateway of the Sun, showcase intricate carvings that hint at a deep understanding of astronomy and mythology. The precision of the stonework, with blocks weighing several tons fitted together without mortar, suggests a level of craftsmanship that rivals even the great builders of ancient Egypt. But the story of Tiwanaku isn't just about its achievement, it's also about its mysteries. For centuries, this city thrived as a cultural and religious center, drawing people from across the Andes. Yet, around the year 1000, it began to decline. Some theories suggest that a prolonged drought disrupted its agriculture, while others point to political unrest or the arrival of competing empires. What's clear is that by the time the Inca rose to power, Tiwanaku was already a shadow of its former self, a place of ruins and legends. Today, the site offers a window into a lost world. As you walk among the stones, it's impossible not to wonder about the people who once called this place home. What did they believe? How did they achieve such feats of engineering? And what lessons can we learn from their rise and fall? Tiwanaku may be silent now, but its stones still speak to those who listen, telling a story of ambition, resilience, and the inexorable passage of time. The ancient city of Chan Chan stands as a breathtaking testament to the ingenuity of the Chimu Empire, a civilization that thrived long before the rise of the Inca. Located in the arid coastal plains of modern-day Peru, this sprawling metropolis is the largest adobe city ever built, a true marvel of ancient engineering. Covering an area of nearly 8 square miles, Chan Chan was once home to tens of thousands of people, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and its streets bustling with life. But for centuries, this grand capital lay forgotten, buried beneath the sands of time. How could such a monumental city vanish from memory? The answer lies in the very materials that made Chan Chan so unique. Its structures were built entirely from adobe, a mixture of mud, straw, and water perfectly suited for the dry climate but vulnerable to the elements. Over time, wind and rain eroded the city's walls, while shifting dunes slowly swallowed its streets. By the time Spanish conquistadors arrived in the region during the 16th century, Chan Chan was already a ghost of its former self, its once vibrant plazas and temples reduced to crumbling ruins. But even in its decay, the city held secrets waiting to be uncovered. Rediscovered in the late 19th century, Chan Chan revealed a treasure trove of insights into the Chimu way of life. The city was divided into 10 walled citadels, each likely ruled by a different king, with labyrinthine corridors, ceremonial plazas, and reservoirs designed to collect precious rainwater. The walls themselves are a masterpiece of craftsmanship covered in geometric patterns and depictions of marine life, a nod to the Chimu's deep connection to the ocean. Yet, despite its grandeur, Chan Chan's very existence was nearly erased by the forces of nature and time. What makes Chan Chan's story even more remarkable is its resilience. Though the city has faced centuries of neglect and modern threats like looting and climate change, ongoing preservation efforts aim to protect this UNESCO World Heritage Site for future generations. Walking through its ruins today is like stepping into a lost world, where the whispers of the past echo in every intricate carving and crumbling wall. Chan Chan reminds us that even the mightiest of civilizations can fade, but their legacy endures, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to uncover their stories. From the windswept deserts of Jordan to the dense jungles of Peru, these 30 astonishing ancient sites serve as powerful reminders that history often hides right before our eyes. Each location we've explored, whether it's the towering ruins of Petra, the enigmatic Nazca lines, or the underwater marvels of Yonaguni, holds a unique story of human creativity, perseverance, and the mysteries that still baffle us today. These sites aren't just remnants of the past, they're windows into the lives, dreams, and struggles of those who came before us. As we uncover these hidden wonders piece by piece, we're not just learning about ancient civilizations, we're rediscovering a shared human legacy. The ingenuity of our ancestors is etched into every stone, every carving, and every hidden passage. And while we've uncovered so much, the truth is, there's still so much more waiting to be found. Who knows what other secrets lie buried beneath the earth, submerged beneath the waves, or hidden in the most unexpected places? The thrill of discovery is far from over. So, as we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty and mystery of these incredible sites. And let's keep exploring, because the world is full of stories just waiting to be told. If you enjoyed this adventure through history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more explorations, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your favorite ancient site, and where do you think the next great discovery will be? Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, history is all around us, just waiting to be uncovered.